The Fan Connections Road to WrestleMania. The road starts here.
So we're taking it all the way back to WrestleMania 1, and we're willing to highlight all the key matches and moments
from WrestleMania 1 to WrestleMania 40 to get us ready for WrestleMania 41.
And as soon as WWE War Games Survivor Series has ended, y'all get ready, y'all buckle up.
Smackdown results December 6th.
Well, Cody Rhodes comes out to discuss the recent falling out with Kevin Owens and their upcoming match at Saturday Main Event. But lo and behold, he is interrupted by American Made on Smackdown.
Our boy, Chad Gable, Master Gable, has made his appearance on Smackdown. Devin, how do you feel about that, man?
It's cool, man, because him and the rest of American Made kind of fill in the WWE universe that there's a transfer window that's opened up, and he's there to talk to Nick Aldis. And one thing leads to another, and him and Cody Rhodes get into a heated argument, and then Cody tells him, while you're speaking to Nick Aldis, tell him to set up a match for the main event tonight, because I'm going to beat your ass.
And then that slowly leads us into the match we had with Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Elektra Lopez for the Women's U.S. title tournament. And Tiffy came out on top, and she looked pretty good in that match.
Yeah, I didn't know who was going to win this one. Elektra Lopez, I'm not even sure who that is, but she was not doing a good job, in my opinion.
Yeah, she kind of botched a lot, and she wasn't really wrestling to her part, you know what I mean?
And I feel like Naomi was like kind of not, like, it wasn't her fault really, but it's like, I don't feel like that other girl, Elektra Lopez, was really being helped out or guided at all. Like, and she just didn't really seem like she knew what was going on. Bianca Belair defeats Piper Niven. So she suspects Piper Niven or Chelsea Green had something to do with Jade Cargill getting attacked and being put out of action. And so they end up having a match.
And Bianca Belair kind of manhandled Piper Niven. It was wild.
Yeah, dude. Bianca Belair is a star. And I just think maybe this can turn into something good. People are saying Bianca might like turn heel, like maybe it was her who did it or something. I don't know. I don't know who attacked Jade Cargill at this point, because if it wasn't the other team from War Games, then like who did it?
Yeah, that means it has to be someone closer than we all think. But then in the next segment, we get Shinsuke Nakamura coming out, you know, like his first entrance on SmackDown with the U.S. title. He gets interrupted by LA Knight, and LA Knight's like pretty much like, give me my title back, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is what it is, but then the fake bloodline comes out, and they take out like everybody that wanted to fight for the U.S. title. So does this mean that the bloodline now is going for the U.S. title, and which member do you think?
Well, I would love to see Jacob Fatu get the United States title. I don't think it's going to happen. I think probably Solo, if anyone's going to become the United States champion.
Yeah, because like also after that little U.S. segment, there was also a segment backstage where the Motor City Machine Guns were set up to face the Street Profits, and they had took them out, I think, or either them or DIY took them out. And the speculation ended up being the fake bloodline because, I mean, who else is just going to leave the Street Profits laying out like that? You know what I mean?
And they want their tag team titles back.
It seems like after War Games and getting a loss to Roman's team, it seems like Solo is more or less going for the mid-card top now.
But in the main event, we have DIY facing the Motor City Machine Guns after they had stepped in to take the Street Profits' place.
And dude, where were you, Devin? when DIY turned heel.
Man, I
Did you expect Johnny Wrestling to turn too, bro? Like that was one of them situations like with the New Day. I didn't expect them both to do it. I thought they were going to split up.
it was just like some big braining. You know, somebody thought outside the box, man, and everything just kind of managed to work out for them. DIY as the tag team champions, as heels. Now that might be a little bit different.
That feels like it might be the right nick that they need to get a little bit more star power behind them. And they've already held the tag titles once, so now they're 2-time tag champions. So they're more relevant now. You know what I'm saying?
And the Motor City Machine Guns need somebody to help them become a good face team, because they're still pretty fresh on the scene. And so, I mean, there's money still in chasing gold. Is like, you don't have to have the title to be the best.
Right. And then in our co-main event, it was Cody Rhodes versus the Master, Chad Gable. And dude, that match was pretty good. Like that, like I ain't even gonna lie. The highlight of SmackDown was Chad Gable having a match. You know what I
Chad
mean?
Gable always brings it, man. And it's just like, I don't know why they will not put like some faith in him.
And I mean, he was looking good in this match with Cody too. You know, and Cody's the WWE champion. So like, I mean, if anything, like have a tournament for the U.S. title and definitely put Chad Gable in there because America made, like that title needs to come there at least if they're thinking about doing this swap up thing. You know,
That title
like
would look
give
great
Chad
on
Gable,
Chad Gable too.
yeah, give Chad Gable some kind of chance. You know, because we all like him,
And I
even
mean,
when he's heel.
of course Cody Rhodes was going to get the dub and go over, but even still, I mean, it's not like Chad Gable didn't put up any kind of fight. And I mean, using his ankle lock and stuff, man, it's just in the ring, the story was being told well, and I just feel like this really kind of put the cherry on top for SmackDown, where everything else wasn't so great, but this was some quality wrestling.
Oh, but then right after that, who would ever guess that Kevin Owens came and like attacked Cody Rhodes? You know, like we would have never thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, I believe this was in response to his interview he had in the car with Michael Cole. And
Which that was also a pretty like goofy segment in itself.
I don't like this heel Kevin Owens, man. He's so watered down from what he used to be. And
Because
it's like,
he hurts people and then he's like, oh, but that's a slap in the face to me. Like, what do I get out of it? And I'm like, dude, you literally like ran over his like mother. You know what I mean? Like, you can't like expect them to do something for you.
and
After
it's
you
just
like,
dumb, man. You can't be out here telling jokes and being goofy and then expect me to believe that you're this mad, you know?
right.
And
So
then
like Kevin Owens I guess he just needs to go to Raw because me and you have talked about this off the podcast. I think like if he's got such a problem with the bloodline, like why don't he just leave SmackDown because that's where they're all at.
And honestly, man, with this transfer window coming up, I hope they mix some of these guys up because some people just need better opportunities and different people to work with. And it's not
And
that they cannot be entertaining, you know it?
Right. And bringing up the transfer thing, they'd also said that NXT, Raw, and SmackDown stars are all in it. So like we possibly getting a Trick Williams debut. We're possibly getting a Katana Chance or somebody like that from the women's division. Raw and SmackDown may have potential now, bro. Going into like the Royal Rumble and everything, it's always a time for people to debut, you know. So this is good for wrestling right now, bro. Like there ain't no telling what's going to happen, what storylines we're going to get. A lot of people are calling Drew McIntyre to go to SmackDown to get away from Punk.
I'll be excited to see who shows up on these different brands.
But let us know down below, who do you think is going to be the wildest person to come up from NXT and debut?
Do you think the draft could split up some teams or something?
And what do you think's next with the U.S. title picture? Do you think LA Knight's going to get his well-deserved championship rematch, or do you think like the new Bloodline's just not going to let that happen?
You'll just have to catch us in the next episode to find out.
And that's about it for this episode.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
As for the fan connection, we're out of here.